opportunities present themselves in front of you chose to be a teacher because that opportunity came your way. Now, what you make out of it is what counts. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't become an engineer. I always had passion with machines. Even now, I had a car. Those days, standard Super 10 car before all your Marukis and all came. There used to be only Ambassador or Fiat car. Okay. So whenever I had a car and it stops, I would simply take it apart. I would rip open the car and the engines and everything. You see, anyway, I have to give it for repair. Let me at least learn something before giving it for repair. So, I always liked machines. I liked to do things with my hand and all that. So I used to do that. But that didn't qualify me to be an engineer. Right? So, in any case, I just happened to stray into chartered accountancy. So I did my CA entrance examination. And I got through. So I was 17 and a half when I have got this opportunity to do CA directly without a degree. So I straight away signed under my husband, Mr. Krishnamurthy, who was not my husband then. So I signed up with him to do my CA. And I moved to Bangalore. My father moved to Bangalore, so I moved to Bangalore. And by then, this communism nonsense became too hot for me to handle. People started, people were getting arrested. Those who were doing Marxist, Leninist readings were all getting arrested. And we are 16 plus. We don't know anything about why are we getting arrested, what wrong did we do, we are only reading something. So we were, shocked and we were in a confused state. And by then my father had moved to Bangalore. I was studying in a hospital in Hyderabad. And this became too terrible for me to handle. What is this? Why are we getting arrested? Why are people being asked not to talk about it? We used to go sit in the slums, try and teach children, do something, We thought we were doing something productive. But the police was clamping down on us and all that. It was becoming too hot. I didn't understand, of course, then what was happening. But obviously, the system was not congenial for us to continue with this reading and come to our own logical conclusion. They were trying to force a conclusion on us, whereas we would have come to the same conclusion. But given a little time and a little space, which the setup was not ready for. So what happened? I moved to Bangalore and I finished my CA entrance. And here I wanted to do BCom. I went to college and said, I want to do BCom. I've already done 2 months of BCom there. Some 3-4 months of BCom I had done there. So I have come here. I want to do BCom. They said, but in this university, Bangalore University, you have not done PUC with science. You have done PUC with commerce. You have done it with science. So go back and do 2 years of PUC. I said, what nonsense is that? I have already passed my CA entrance exam. Why should I go back and do 2 years of PhD? I can do BCom from here. And science provides you an analytical framework. It makes you a little sharp. So here I am, help me. There's nothing doing. So I said, jump the BCom, and I straight away did CA. So I have no qualification other than CA. So straight from school, I did CA without doing any college, nothing. I have not been to a college. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So then, by that time, here I am, 22, I'm a chartered accountant, but I've never been to a college. So I'm already married and I have a child. And then I told my husband, what nonsense is this? Look at all of them. They're having so much fun in a college. They are bunking college. They are going to movies. They are having so much fun. And here I am so stupidly sitting and studying and then passing an exam and all that. What use is it? I have not been to a college. I also want to go to a college. So he said, okay, go ahead and do some MBA or something. So I came to IIM Bangalore. And I asked them, I want to do an MBA. They said, but do you have a degree? I said, no, I don't have a degree. I'm just a chartered accountant. So they said, fine, you cannot do the MBA. I said, what nonsense is this? My CA is not worth anything. I have slogged so much for it. So then they said, sorry, you cannot do it. Then, now the current status is CA is recognized as a master's degree. Okay. But then it was not even a degree. So here I was, I couldn't do a college, and I just had the CA degree or whatever behind my name, of no use except to go and get a job. So, not having gone to a college was always, I was always finding, I always used to look up to everybody going to college, what fun they are having. They are all going to college, I am here, I am not going to college. I am only sitting at home, and I've studied from home. But the amount of effort I put in was phenomenal. I didn't know debit, credit, nothing I knew. I was great. If you had given me something in calculus or something in physics, I would have happily done something. But here I was asked to do some debit, credit, something. It's all looking totally gibberish to me. So, then you have to study on your own. There was no college, there was no coaching class, nothing was there. So, what I'm trying to say is, the way the life pans out is always for the best. Whatever happens is happening for the best. And it is just that sometimes we are wearing blinkers, we are not able to see it, that it is for our best. Sometimes we are lucky that screen clears and we are able to give our best effort into it. Putting in effort is our duty. The result is something else. Okay? Results will come. It will come all in its own good time, it will come. Okay? So, not having gone to a college, I was very, very, that yearning was always there. That, look, I've not been to college. I don't know what it is like to just bum around and bunk college or tease a teacher or do that. And, all that fun. I missed completely. It's gone. But it just so happened that I joined industry. I straight away went for a job to a company. I was absorbed there. I did my best. I was working very hard. I immediately, once you work hard, the cream will always rise to the top. No? Cream. In the milk, when you boil, the cream will always rise to the top, right? So if you are good, you will come to the top. So I was rising, all kinds of promotions were all coming and all that. Then suddenly somewhere, one student from IIM Bangalore came to me and said, I want to do this project under you, can I do it? I was in a company at that time. So I said, yes, you can do, and I guided him how to do this project. Gave him a project and made him do it. He was so happy, he went back and told his teachers that here is this lady who helped me with this. So they invited me, and they said, why don't you talk to our students? So I talked to the students, and I told them how this project has to be done and what we do in reality. See, they are only learning from books. Now here is real life, and I'm going through it and I'm telling you what is happening. So the students were very happy. They said that she is also able to teach. Please ask her to come. So it just so happened that the very institution which told me you cannot do an MBA here kept inviting me to teach. So you see how it is all, something else moves your desire. Okay, it will happen, but in its own way, in its own good time, it will happen. So what happened was I came to the IIM and I started teaching, and they said, why don't you join us? I said, no, I don't want to join you full time because I think I must do something with my hands, because I was a very energetic person then. Oh, I'm old. I have to do one past glory now. But the fact was that I was very energetic and I had to do a lot. So I was helping companies, I was a corporate finance manager and all that. And I used to do a lot of work with organizations and a lot of consulting I used to do. So I also used to teach. Now the good thing about teaching and doing is especially in our life. How many of you are commerce faculty? One, two, three of you are. Four, okay. So, as you can see, what we teach is very practical, isn't it? What we are doing day to day is what we are teaching. If you are an accountant, it's not only on paper that you are an accountant. You can actually go and start doing the accounting for this club, isn't it? So it is so practical. So because my line is like that, I used to teach, to take what I do to teaching, and when I meet a whole set of people who are in the field, I learn from them, and I go back to my workplace with this phenomenal amount of information from everybody. See, the years of experience here, as Professor said, 24 into, he multiplied minutes. But look at the years of experience. 24 into that many years of experience. And all that compacted in one class. When we exchange, we all learn. So with that, I used to go back to my workplace. So it is a good thing to practice and to teach to the extent possible. So this is my story. Okay. Now, I was asked this session I know 4 of us are commerce, teaching commerce and teaching accounting, and a whole lot of commercial aspects of business. Obviously, for the others, accounting is a boring subject, isn't it? Even for us, it's a boring subject, don't worry. The only thing used to be someone came home and asked my husband, what should my son do? He has done BCom. So he said, ask him to do CA. So he said, that gentleman said, no, I believe CA is very difficult. He said, no, even Hema has done it. So, the point here is, nothing is a big deal, isn't it? We all can do it. We have some average intelligence and common sense. We all can do it. It is not such a big deal. So, I used to always in my programs, I used to teach finance, I used to teach accounting. I used to tell them, look, accounting is, it is not a big deal. We have, just like you have in engineering and in other fields of science, you have got your own terminology, which we don't understand. You say some XYZ and then we don't understand what it is because we are not used to it. Similarly, in accounts also there are subjects like that, there are topics like that. So, I used to always say that don't get overawed with anything. If it doesn't appeal to your common sense, it's not worth knowing it. Okay, whether it is science, commerce, anything, it should appeal to your common sense. If you trust your common sense, if it is not appealing to your common sense, there is something wrong with it. Something is working. How do you work this? He gives you some Google story about how it has to be worked. But then, if it is not appealing to you, you must question it over and over again. It can't just be taken for granted. Okay? You must appeal to your sense. Then only you should go forward with it. Okay? Why I say this is, when you look at commerce or when you look at accounting or whatever subject, in its totality, students must understand where it is going. One of the main reasons why accounting becomes a tough subject, is because it is not appealing to the common sense. It is not appealing to you. There is something, some mumbo jumbo about it, and we are, all accountants are crooks. They are all looking the accounts. They are out here to cheat us. This is how your impressions get created. So, in your own way, you have to demystify this subject, give it to them in a simple way. First, it must appeal to their common sense. Many times I have seen students saying, accounting, no ma'am, that is not for me. Why is it not for you? because I'm very poor in mathematics. What? What has mathematics got to do with accounting? So can you tell me what has mathematics got to do with accounting?
Simple multiplication, percentages.
That is sufficient, is it not? In fact, to do accounting, we don't do anything other than adding and minusing. We don't find square root, we don't do anything other than plus or minus. Is it not, sir? Either I add or I minus. Only these two functions I use. Even percentage and all to calculate interest, this, that, and the other. But in accounting per se, then they say, no, I am not good in mathematics, therefore I will not do accounting. I always tell them, look, there is nothing fancy we do. And we have only 2-3 things with which we operate, and yet we cause so much confusion. So, we must, first of all, demystify it. Make it simple. Make it known to them that it is no big deal. Anybody can do it. What is a maha thing in this? What is that is not comprehensible in this? Okay? It is a method. In every madness there has to be method. It is a method that we emphasize on, which makes it look difficult. That's all. Okay? Now, we are going to do one small exercise of man. You are a commerce teacher, right? Yes. And you teach accounting. Yes. And what is this here? Sit down. Come on. Surabhi is going to teach us. So, do you know accounting? What subject do you teach? Physics. Close to my heart. So, now, we are going to teach her accounting. Okay? Where will you begin?
Firstly, I have started for the accounting. In our daily life, we have something doing, right? A simple in a business, we are doing something in a business, right? For example, if we are living in our home, that time what we do? For example, we have some money, right? In the morning, if we want to the paste, right? So what we have to give the money and purchase the paste. A simple in a business environment, we are also doing something like a money के ट्रांजेक्शन्स होते हैं वो बिजनेस में भी होते हैं तो उसको अगर हम रिकॉर्ड करते हैं तो हमको पता पड़ जाता है कि हमारा क्या प्रॉफिट है और क्या लॉस है। ये सिंपल जैसे हम बजट बना के चलते हैं घर में ऐसे ही मतलब बिजनेस में भी होता है कि हम मतलब एक बजट बना के चलते हैं मतलब बजट तो नहीं होता है एक सकते कि डेली के ट्रांजेक्शन होते हैं डेली के जो ट्रांजेक्शन होंगे उनको हम रिकॉर्ड करते हैं जिस बुक में उसको वो ही अकाउंटिंग के कारण है। तो फर्स्ट होता है कि अगर हमने जो भी ट्रांजेक्शन हुए वो रिसिप्ट वगैरह होती है उसकी ठीक है मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल अगर अपन ने कपड़े खरीदे घर के तो क्या होगा कि अपने को एक मतलब बिल मिल जाएगा तो उससे अपने पास रहेगा कि अपने पास इतना खर्चा हुआ और अपन क्या करते हैं अंदर उसको पेपर को उसमें पुट करके रख देते कि अपने को कभी देखना पड़े कि आज इतना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का बिल आया इतना टेलीफोन का बिल आया। सिमिलर बिजनेस में भी होता है कि कुछ चीजें होती है जो कि हम खरीदते हैं या बेचते हैं उसको हम रिकॉर्ड कर लेते हैं वो होता है कि अकाउंटिंग। तो इसके 3 रूल होते हैं गोल्डन रूल होते हैं वो होता है कि डेबिट और क्रेडिट में डिवाइडेड होते हैं।
Just one second. Let me just stop there. 1 second. Completely agree. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You all agree? Whatever she has said. All transactions is what we are trying to capture. And uska rules abhi dikhaya. Before we come to the rules of how to record it, first of all, why should we account? Ma'am, why should we account?
ये अकाउंट टू गेट कितना स्पेंड हो रहा है और कितना हमारे पास आ रहा है प्रॉफिट है या लॉस है वो देखने के लिए अकाउंट
कौन देखता है इसको?
अकाउंट घर में तो हम ही देखेंगे हमारे घर में हम देखेंगे बाकी
तो आपका कैश है ना इसलिए आप देख रहे हैं। The whole point is why should we account? For whom should we account? Who is the user?
इसके थ्रू में ये पता
चलता है कि डिफरेंसेस कितने, हमारी अर्निंग कितनी है, एक्सपेंडिचर कितनी है,
कितनी है,
बजट कैसे
बजट कैसा हुआ, एंड देयरफॉर प्रॉफिट या लॉस ये सब। सो ये सब आपके पर्सनल यूज के लिए आप अकाउंट कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना। सो बेसिकली इफ वी लुक एट one of the advantages of teaching is I love chalk powder. I love to use the board. Okay, so that is why I teach. Okay, Silavi. So together we are going to just pull it a little aside. So if you agree with me, I will, yeah, be sit there. So you see, basically, this entire accounting is about providing information. Okay, we are providing information for somebody to take a decision. Aapko, if you understand that I have earned this month 10,000 rupees and I have spent 8,000 rupees, therefore I have a net cash surplus of 2,000 rupees. With that you can plan. Okay, this month let me go for buying something extra. Let me buy a refrigerator on EMI, 1,000 rupees every month. I get 2,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees per month. Let me spend on buying a fridge. Something like that, you can take a decision, right? So basically, we are providing. You agree with me, Mike? So we are providing information for somebody to take a decision. Who this somebody is? If it is my business, I am the owner. Okay. If it is somebody else's business, then I am managing it, so I am the manager, therefore I want this information. Okay? If I am a banker, I want to give you money, I want to know whether you are good to repay that money, whether you can pay interest, whether you can pay installment. I want information. Okay? Now, information is for decision making. With the information, I can take a decision. A banker will take what kind of decision? इसको देना है कि नहीं, क्योंकि वापस banker is interested in getting back his money, no, it should not be NPA, non-performing asset तो होना नहीं चाहिए. So इसीलिए he needs to have the information. Now information is basically of two types. One is qualitative information, okay, and the other is quantitative information. Now when I say quantitative information, the qualitative information is like the impression. Should I join this college or not? In Kanto, it's a very good college. Idea, impression. It is like a cotton candy. No, we can't press it down and then put it down. Yeah, this much good quality it has got. No measure. So it's an impression. It is an idea. Okay. So the idea about any this kind of ideas are all qualitative. There you cannot put down anything harder. Now what Surabhi was trying to tell us is something very, very solid. This much cash I have, morning I want to go, what I am doing, I am transacting, I am giving this money, getting something, I am doing something with that money. Therefore it is in hard terms, and that's why it's quantitative. Now all quantitative information can't be accounting information. Only that which you can translate to money terms can be accounting information, right? Only it must be money terms, like salary scales. It is quantitative, but I am not doing anything with it. Okay? So that is all non-quantitative. How much of good stocks I have got? Yes, it is quantitative, but till it is translated to money, it's not accounting data. Okay? So, thank you. So, non-quantitative and quantitative. Okay? Non-accounting and accounting data. Now we are coming to accounting data. Now in accounting data, we want who is the user. Fine, it's accounting data, but who is the user? So who do you think wants accounts? And I'll give you an example here. One of my friends, I was into consulting. So one of my friends, I met him, he was having a business which had some 5 lines of activity. He was into trading, he was into manufacturing, he was into some kind of service also. Some 2-3 products also he was having. So a lot of businesses he had. Each business should be profitable, no? So he's doing so many things. So I asked him, how are you doing? So he said, I think I'm doing okay. But only I don't know where I'm making money, where I'm losing money. Overall I'm having some money, but I don't know what is happening in my business. So I said, oh, then you must engage an accountant, good accountant, qualified, and make sure that you understand. So he said, yeah, good. Thanks for that, right? I'll do it. So I met him after some 7-8 months. So he asked, I asked him, so how are you doing? He said, I'm doing, I took your advice incidentally. I engaged one cost accountant and asked him to go into all the details. And within 2 months, he came back and said, in this line of activity, you are making money. Here, you are losing money. So I said, oh, that must have been a great revelation. He said, no, the problem was wherever I thought I was making money, he said, you are losing money. And where I thought I was losing money, he said, there you are making money. I said, oh, that must have been such a big exposure to you. What did you do? He said, I sacked the accountant.
Sack the accountant.
I sacked the accountant because very often we don't want to know the truth. We like to live in our own world, okay, of where we want to be. Okay, so this is the problem with accounting itself. Because Surabhi will tell you, nothing is right or wrong about accounting. Okay? It is just fair or not fair. Okay? So, there is a lot to accounting and PC. Now, based on who the users of this information are, who's the user? One is the owner. Okay. You may be the owner, you might be a shareholder. Who's a shareholder? कौन है?
जो इन्वेस्टर है वैसा आपकी कंपनी में कुछ
इन्वेस्टर है।
इक्विटी
हाँ, ये इन्वेस्टर्स कौन होते हैं?
कोई इंडिविजुअल भी हो सकते हैं, कोई ग्रुप ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स भी हो सकते हैं,
ग्रुप ऑफ इन्वेस्टर्स भी हो सकते हैं, लेकिन ये इनका पोजीशन क्या है कंपनी में?
Shareholder.
They are the owners.
They are the owners. Subsidiary owners.
वो जो इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, they are the owners of the company. If you hold 10 shares in Reliance, you are the owner of Reliance to that extent. To that extent, you are the owner of Reliance. That is the meaning of shareholding. Okay. So this is the owners is one thing. So shareholders, owners, then who? Who wants information? Employees want information. Then workers, employees. Then government, yes, the regulatory people. How to collect tax? Unless I know you're making profit or loss, right? The government fellows want to know. Then community, banks, correct. Banks are the lenders. Okay, banks, lenders. Then investors, owners, investors, we put them all together. Huh? Then society. Why do the society want to know?
Government.
Welfare, because of welfare. Okay? Okay. Yes? Huh? Competitors, correct. You are right. Competitors, suppliers. Okay? Suppliers. Okay. Then who else? Something very important we are missing.
Customer.
Managers. What about the management? People who run the organization, don't they need data? Without that information, how will they run the organization? Okay. Now, if we provide information for each of these people in the way they want, we'll have designer accounts. एक तो कहेगा give me in A4 size paper, in so and so font, put this number on top, put this number down. I don't like to see like this. So, okay, fine, you want to see like this, I'll give it to you like this. Another fellow comes and says, no, no, what is this nonsense you're giving? Give it to me in this form, like this. So I give him like this. If every fellow wants in a particular way, I have to keep giving him information in that way. So we say nothing doing. We are not concerned with whatever you are, or who you may be. We just split the accounts into two parts. One for those who are external to the organization and the other who are internal to the organization. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of external and internal? External is we straitjacket all of them. See, all these fellows, no, lenders, government, society, blah, 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 blah. All of them, we put them in one basket, in one box. And tell them, you may be anybody. You will get information only like this, in a specific format. Okay? You can be anybody, but I will give you information only in this format. Isn't it, ma'am? So we give it in a specific format. And that is, in the case of a company, we have a Schedule 6. We have some format. This is law, according to law, we create those. It's a rule. We have to prepare it in this particular format. So, that is why you Google search for any company, Reliance Industries. Put it on Google, you will go to that investor group. There you say, I want to know the financials of the company. It will give in a particular format. Balance sheet, profit and loss, something, it will give in one format. Same thing, you go to, let us say, Infosys. They will also give their financial. Format is the same. Both people will give same form. Okay? It is just that the business is different. Therefore, the numbers are different. Okay? And it will look different. That's fine. But the format in which it is created is all same. Standardized. Rule bound. According to law, section, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, it will all be rule bound. And this is what we call as financial accounting. Okay? Now, this is what we call as financial accounting. So, it is for the use of external people. But it doesn't mean that internal people can't use. They can also use. It is in a particular format. Okay. Now, management, if they are told, no, if the management asks for your organization, they say the management wants to know, look, this particular BSc physics, is it how much cost you have incurred? Or this BCom or BA, some course. What is the cost involved? If the accountant says, nothing to you cannot get it like that. According to law, I don't have to give you breakup. How will the management run it? Management has to price it correctly. They should put the correct price, then only they get a profit or something out of it. So, they can't lose money. Therefore, for the purpose of the management, they are the only fellows who are internal. And that is called management accounting. Okay. This is called management accounting. Now, why we are hair splitting between this is, management accounts is not rule bound. It is according to the convenience of the management. You want to know the cost of something, you want to know the cost of this particular course, fine. For this department, I want to know what is the cost of the administration department of my company, I should know. Like that, management accounting is for the use of the management. So we account it in a different way. Okay? Now, accounting, the rules of debit credit, whatsoever we want to explain to us, is a way in which we account. It's a method we use for accounting. That is where most of the students get overwhelmed, because there is no great logic to it. There is no logic except, it's like this. Why do you drive on the left side of the road? Why can't you drive on the right side?
It's a rule laid down by the government.
Why?
It's not more convenience.
Convenience. It is everybody drives on the left side of the road, then there is traffic will be smooth. Everyone understands it in a particular way. Whereas if you decide no, who is it telling me to drive on the right side of the road? I'll drive on the right side of the road, then there will be an accident. Isn't it? So the logic you don't ask. Logic you will get by and by. Very often students get overwhelmed with this debit credit because they don't understand why it's such a stupid thing. Why am I being asked to do this? Debit, credit, some 3 rules of debit. It seems so. Can you write the 3 rules, please? See, she will write the 3 rules here. Seems simple, but yet the whole I hope your students, when you get into class, are you, I'm sure Surabhi would be asked to sit somewhere. She looks like a student herself. So young and so pretty.
में तो वैसे ही कमी हो रहा है। प्रकाश से रहा नहीं जाता, फिर जो है प्रकाश डेबिट